Welcome to the Infinite Wealth Podcast. I'm your host, Charisse Marie, your enthusiastic guide on this journey to unlocking prosperity and manifesting your dreams into reality. We're thrilled to bring you insightful conversations with trailblazers who've turned their visions into abundant lives. These guests offer invaluable lessons from their own experiences, lessons designed not just to inspire, but to crystallize action and create wealth in every sense. Remember, you have the power to manifest abundance beyond measure. Together, let's unlock doors to prosperity, one episode at a time.
Hello, I am super excited to be here with you on this day, this evening, as a speaker in this amazing Infinite Wealth Forum. Now, I want you to notice green is there around the board, and I have on my green because green helps us to think about money. Green helps us to think about spring and growing and revitalization, and also about thriving and flourishing and prospering. And so as I talk about manifestation tonight, a topic I believe gets us all excited, you can think about prospering and flourishing and thriving, because manifestation, when we unlock the power of this and when we understand universal laws and how to use them, how to become magnetic, yes, we are thriving. I like the words to this, the title of the forum, infinite, meaning there's no end. It's unlimited. It is limitless. And when you say yes to manifestation, you are saying yes to your dreams. That's the title of my talk. Say yes to your dreams. SAY is a formula I will share with you. Say yes to your dreams and unlock the power of manifestation. As a medical doctor, a faith teacher, and a wellness coach for women, I have the pleasure and joy of using manifestation in my toolkit. As I'm serving busy professional women with holistic, personalized wellness plans, several of the key concepts that we talk about in manifestation are utilized as I'm walking the women through the journey of vibrant health and rejuvenation and balance. And when we talk about manifestation and we talk about well-being, meaning to be healthy and happy, satisfied and successful, many of the concepts overlap or they support each other. What you do when you think about your emotional energy and you're focusing, and what you do when you are looking at your emotions and you are practicing optimism and positivity, these are also things that we talk about in manifestation. So manifestation is a tool that we all can use. I have used it for a number of years, and manifestation is truly one of the keys to my success. Manifestation, when we practice it for a while, I believe it's a lifestyle. It's not just a tool, it's not just a process, but it becomes a lifestyle, a way of living. Each of us is created and blessed with this amazing destiny, and we have the opportunity to have a life well lived. And that's not something we have to wait until we get to the end of the journey or when people are speaking over us when we have made the transition to our next. But having a life well lived is something that we can enjoy right now. We can experience our dreams becoming reality using the key, the power of manifestation. We often use phrases to describe how we go about life. We're not in control of many things, and life can be unexpected. It could be unavoidable, some things. However, we have control over much. As the creator of your life, you can decide what dreams you want to manifest. As the architect of your life, you have the ability to put certain building blocks together. And as the author of your story, you can write that epic story that is your life. You can write how your desires come about. You can write about who you want to be and how you want to show up in life. The power is available for you. We are always manifesting, but we don't always know it. We are manifesting whether we have the words set up in a formula or whether we are just being kind of incidental and accidental with our words. Words have power. Thoughts have power. Emotions have power. And it is essential that we put our thoughts and our emotions and our words together so that the power infused in those things bring about and create the life that's desired. And manifestation is beautiful and amazing. I have been manifesting since I was a little girl, and my parents were my first manifestation teachers. Now, we didn't know it as manifestation back then, and we didn't call it that, but the concepts and the principles were in play in my family when I was just a little girl. Optimism and positive thinking and imagination. Oh my goodness, my parents encouraged us to dream, and there were days when I would just sit and look out the window and imagine and daydream about my life. My parents taught us how to be resilient and how to overcome life's hurdles and obstacles. So my parents believed, my parents spoke into us, and my parents lived out and modeled the concepts that we now refer to as manifestation. My story and my earliest desire that I manifested was to become a medical doctor, my dream career. And my manifestation story is from food stamps to physician, how I use thinking and vision and trusting to experience my dream. Now, there was a time when I was younger, my family, we had a financial reversal. And so money was really tight. And we were on a government program here in the United States called food stamps. This program was available so that if your income was below a certain amount, you didn't have to go hungry. You would receive this money. It looked like Monopoly money. Each denomination was a different color, and each month you would receive your allotment. And you take the money to the grocery store and exchange it for food. It was a government program, and I'm so thankful that it was there. But with government programs, sometimes society is not kind. And so it wasn't always a fun experience to go to the grocery store to get our food because not everyone was kind or compassionate. But I'm thankful that we had that. And I'm thankful that my parents, in the midst of our reversal, didn't stay there. My parents didn't sit down and hunker down. They didn't whine and complain and go, oh, woe is me. They kept believing that it would change the circumstances. They kept working things. They had a hustle here, generated money. They had a hustle here. They taught us that it will get better and keep believing. And so we came out of that reversal and we no longer needed the food stamps. And I remember that my parents would tell us, keep thinking in a great way, keep looking out, keep believing. And so when I was 10 years old, I made the decision that I wanted to be a doctor. And I went to my parents and I told them I wanted to be a doctor. And they said, yeah, you can do it. And I believed them. When I was 15, my first job was in a hospital in a lab. And on orientation day, outside of the auditorium, I was in the lobby and I watched the doctors in the long white coats walk by, and I looked and I was excited. And I thought, that's me. I'll be a doctor. And about 10 years later, in that same hospital, I was in my long white coat and I stood in that lobby and I put my hand on my hips and I said, here I am, Dr. Angela Harden-Mack. I'm here. And that was my dream. My dream was manifested. It was realized. And the little girl who had the big dream and the belief, and the teenager who had the vision and would see that vision over and over, and the young woman who persisted and stayed in faith. And as the dream became reality and came in, I manifested my dream. And so as I share with you this formula, this SAY formula, and I share with you some tools, you'll be able to see how what I learned and I have used to manifest, to create, to build a satisfying life, and the principles that I use to empower people, whether they want to manifest health, whether they want to manifest money, whether it's relationships. These principles and these tools are key. So work with me and imagine that we are building a manifestation toolkit. And we'll say this is maybe the intro toolkit. And I'm going to present to you and recommend some tools in this toolkit. And one of the tools will be the SAY formula. I'm going to say we'll put in the definition of manifestation. We'll put in beliefs. We'll put in the SAY formula. We'll have some universal laws, and we'll have desires and affirmation and a gratitude statement. So these are the tools in the toolkit. Whether you're new to manifestation, this will be a few things, or there will be a few things in the kit that will be doable and workable for you. Perhaps you are already manifesting, but maybe you want to do it more consistently, or maybe you're believing for your next, which is bigger, which is greater. Or maybe you have made manifestation a lifestyle, and so you may want to swap out some of the tools in your current kit. Maybe it's a couple of the universal laws, but you're like, okay, yes, I'm here. It's time for me to revise my toolkit. So we have this toolkit and we're putting our tools in. Now, the first tool is the manifestation definition. And the easy one that I use often is manifestation is a process where a thought becomes a thing. Everything that is created begins with a thought, and it is in existence in the realm that we don't see with our eyes. So we think it first, we give it energy with our thoughts and our faith, and then through the process of persistence and faith, that desire comes to us. We live in the natural world and we experience it with our physical senses. We see, we smell, we taste, we touch, we hear. But there is a world, the spiritual or unseen world that wraps around the natural world. We don't see that with our senses, but it's there. And that is what some people call the substance. Depending on your orientation, you may refer to the substance as God. If you're operating from a faith standpoint, you may refer to it as source, or you may refer to it as the universe, this substance where everything is, and it is infinite. We're at the infinite form. It is unlimited. It is limitless. Your desires are there in the substance. And if you believe that your thoughts can become things, then your desires can come to you. In this substance, you believe that it is there. And as you put things into alignment, your desire will gradually, what I like to call, fade into you. Remember, or you have recently perhaps used a Google slide or a PowerPoint, and you put an animation to your slide, or you have your phone, or you're creating some videos and you put some of the fade in and you fade out animations. With the fade in, you have a blank image or screen, or the image is not there. And then it gradually, the pixels come in, and then you have the full image. That is an example that you can think of as it relates to your desire, that it exists right now in substance. And as you continue with the manifestation process, it fades into you and you receive it. So believing that it is, believing that the source is there, believing that it is unlimited, that it is abundant, that the supply goes on, and believing that you can tap into that, that's that belief that you need so that your dreams become reality. The formula that we will use is about setting your intention and being specific about it. Then you have to align emotions and your words, the energy, and then we'll talk about yielding. But let's park that and let's come back to our universal laws. Universal laws describe that spiritual world that I mentioned, the part that we don't see. And the laws define and describe what is there. For many of us, our orientation or introduction to manifestation is the law of attraction. Like attracts like. As we continue on our journey and we learn more and we are introduced to other manifestation mentors or teachers, we become familiar with laws like the law of assumption. So if you're a Neville Goddard student, you probably say, yes, that is the law, or the law of intention. For me, my go-to law became and is the law of correspondence, which states the outer world reflects the inner world. What I see, what I have, what I'm believing for, waiting for to be manifested, or I have already received it, is a result of my inner world. My thoughts, my emotions, and what I say, and how things are lining up, the frequency that they're vibrating on. So the outer world reflects the inner world. And another way you could say it is just flip it, that my inner world is creating my outer world. You're a creator. You're an architect. You are the author of your story. Are you creating what you want? When you think about that first thing that you manifested, when you were intentionally manifesting, or maybe unintentionally like I was, remember those emotions that you had? Remember when you got excited? Those emotions are important because as you are using your go-to law for manifestation, you want to bring about that emotion. You want to get excited about that. That energy is key. So I encourage you, if you don't have a go-to manifestation law or universal law, think about which one may be your go-to, the one that when you are getting excited or you're thinking about the process, you may even write it. Or for me, I will verbalize my law as I'm saying my affirmations or I am using visualization. I'll say my go-to law is, or my law is, I believe in the law of correspondence. I am excited about the law of correspondence. So it is important that you think about and consider a universal law as your go-to. It is important to be specific about your desires, not just to say, oh, I want to have a husband or I want to have a car, I want to have a house, but you give details to that. And I'll use an example. His name will be David, when I will show you how you can use this specificity and set your intentions and how that is important for the energy. I mentioned the universal laws, and it would be great to have one or maybe a couple as your go-to. And be clear, be specific about your desires. And then you want to affirm. You will have 1, 2, or maybe 3 statements that you will speak, perhaps even write, that reflect your desire, your dream that you are manifesting, and your dream is coming to you. And then there is the gratitude statement. After you have been specific and clear about your desire and you have lined up your emotions and you have said or written your affirmation, you want to seal it with gratitude. I thank you, God, or I thank you, Source, or I thank you, Universe, for this or something greater. Because it's important to know that what is available to you is there and it is unlimited. And we always believe for the best and the highest. And we trust that from substance, what is the best will arrive. Are you excited about your dreams becoming reality? Are you excited to know that the best and highest is available and waiting for you? And as you release your faith, as you create alignment and you trust the process. Manifestation is a process. You trust the process. You trust that your best and your highest will come. It is exciting. Manifestation is the process where thought becomes a thing. Manifestation is a process where your desire, which is in this substance, comes to you. So Dave, we're going to use his example. I'm making this up. This is not anybody that I've worked with. Dave is a gentleman who wants to be married and he wants to have a family. So we're sharing with him the SAY formula for manifestation. Before we put these 3 steps into play, Dave was encouraged to think about the qualities and characteristics he desires in a wife. Think about the family that he wants, some of the qualities, because he wants to have children as well. Think about the fun he wants to have. Think about what his day-to-day may look like. And he may write a couple things down or take a couple minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, what have you, to think about these things. There's no set time limit. There's no right or wrong. It is what is meaningful for Dave. And when you sit down to give thought to what you want, what you are dreaming for and believing for, you don't have to say it can only be 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And you can go back to your list. You have to be specific and you have to be clear. So that's the first step in his formula, S. S is for be specific to set your intention. So Dave, after he has written some things on his paper and given it some thought, and he has been contemplative and reflective, he desires a woman who is, as he describes her, she's vibrant and she's healthy and she's accomplished and self-confident, and she is excited to be a mom, and they are deeply and profoundly in love. So Dave is specific. Next, he needs to align. He needs to make sure that the energy of his thoughts and emotions and his words are energetically aligned. In agreement, sometimes we say, because that alignment, that agreement will act as the attraction. You can't have the thought and then your emotion going in different directions and your words are not supportive or consistent with. They have to come into agreement so that they are energetically aligned and they are vibrating at the frequency of your desire that is in the substance. So Dave is excited about being married. He's excited about his wife, and he says he wants to be profoundly and deeply in love. And so his thoughts and emotions and his words are in alignment, and they are vibrating at the same frequency of his wife, that desire that's in the substance. And so because his thoughts and emotions and his words are energetically on the same page, they are now magnetic. Like that word, they are magnetic and they are ready to attract. And think about a homing beacon, right? Or a signal that gives a position where if it's dark or if it's foggy, if there's a light or a signal, people in the distance or equipment can pick it up. And your magnetic or magnetized thoughts are the signal for your desire in the substance to come to you. So Dave he's excited. He's excited to be married, and he's excited about this amazing, vibrant, accomplished woman and the life that they'll have together. They are profoundly and deeply in love. And so the magnetic quality is there, and his desire, the wife, is now ready and it's attracted. And in the set time, Dave will meet and he will have a relationship and he will marry the woman of his dreams. There is a set time that will elapse from the time that he says, this is what I want, and he will assume that it is. There's a law of assumption. He will assume and act as it is. And this energized is here, and his wife is coming here. And according to the set time, they will be here. And whatever things and arrangements have to take place will take place that set time. So he was specific and set his intentions. There is alignment or agreement energetically, thoughts, emotions, and words. And now there is this magnetic attraction. So his desire, the wife of his dreams, is coming this way. And the third step is to yield. That means he is yielding. He trusts in the process. He knows that the best and highest good is on the way. He trusts the process. He's not trying to force it. He's not trying to make it. He is staying in faith. He is staying inspired and motivated. And he knows that according to the set time, that she will come into his life and that he will be able to recognize when she's there. And according to the time that things will unfold, they will unfold. Specific and set the intentions, alignment energetically with the thoughts and emotions and the words. So now the desire is magnetic or magnetized. And now Dave is yielding. He's not trying to force it. He's not anxious. He's not angry. He's not impatient. Now, we honestly will feel some of those things and believe those things because when that desire is not instantaneously presented or within the time frame that we desire, it's common that we may become distracted or we may be a little anxious or we may wonder and doubt, well, what's going on? Well, what's happening? Well, why is it that I do not have it now? Trust the process. Yield. Trust the process. Stay in faith. Specific, set intentions, alignment, and yielding and trusting the process. And Dave, after he said the affirmation, I'm excited that I'm married to a vibrant and accomplished and amazing woman. And she is a great mom. And we are deeply and profoundly in love, enjoying our life together. That energy is there, that excitement. And he says, and I trust God, or I trust the source for this or something better. And he is waiting. Now, during that time, the set time for his wife to arrive, there are some things that he can do in the waiting. Waiting doesn't mean that you're static, that you aren't doing anything. No, waiting is a process that you are staying certain in faith. You are affirming through your verbal affirmation, that personal present tense, positive statement, or you are writing. And there are other tools that we often use in manifestation to assist with getting clarity, to assist with the excitement, to assist during the waiting time. We need a couple of tools, and I shared with you some tonight. Understanding what manifestation is. And are you excited about manifesting your dreams? Are you excited about your dream becoming reality? What about your beliefs? Are you dreaming big? And I encourage you, go back to maybe that first time when you manifested something or your big thing, what you would say is your big thing, and tap into that energy, that excitement, because you will need that. You have a formula. I've shared with you this simple but powerful SAY formula, SAY. Universal laws. I encourage you to have one or two or maybe three as your go-to. And absolutely, the law of attraction can be your first, and it may forever be your law of manifestation. Your affirmations and your gratitude statement. Now, I have a resource that I am sharing with you because many good things in life, right? We hear it once, we hear it twice. We have to let it marinate, as we would say, or you have to think about it. You have to reflect on it. And then we begin to put it into action. And so I have an ebook that is called Abundance Unleashed. And this is a gift that I share with you. And I am excited for you to get this book in your hands. It's abundance. Abundance is that unlimited supply, right? You can't count it. There's no limit to it. It is infinite. We're at the Infinite Wealth Forum. And this supply has what we want in terms of wealth. Some people say that wealth is not just about money. Wealth can be your family. It can be your love. It can be the joy and fulfillment and satisfaction you have in life. You want to be able to create, to build, to author your story. You have the power available to you, and abundance is your birthright. And so in the book, Abundance Unleashed, it talks about abundance, and it is a book about manifestation. Clarity, which I talked about tonight, is in the book. I talk about how you bring things together. There's a section on gratitude and how a gratitude journal can be an important tool for manifestation. And so it comes together, and it's an easy read. You can probably read it in less than an hour. And it's a great introduction for some if you're new to manifestation. I like to, in my library, I have several resources because I periodically pull out my resources. So it can be a great reminder or review. And for individuals who are experienced manifestors, then sometimes you periodically want to swap out those tools in your toolkit. So Abundance Unleashed, the ebook, will walk you through some of the things that I mentioned tonight, and it will talk about that formula, SAY. Be specific and set your intentions. Alignment. Some people like the word agreement. That energy of your thoughts and your emotions and your words. And then you have to yield. You have to eliminate the resistance. Trust. Trust that the best and highest is on its way to you. Trust that you will receive your good. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should. And you want to stay in faith while you are waiting. You want to affirm. Now, Dave had his affirmations, and he is excited, and he is energetically aligned, and he is trusting in the process. Dave, if he's new to manifestation, we don't want to overwhelm him. We want to make things easy to follow. So I would encourage Dave that say your affirmation at least once a week. And if you feel like it's doable without becoming overwhelmed, then say it twice a week, maybe at the beginning and maybe midweek, and write 1, 2, or those 3 sentences, those affirmations, those present tense, those positive personal statements. Bring your energy to it because that is going to infuse it, and you want to write it. Now, the next that I have for you, there won't be a link for this because this is a special that I'm offering just for those who are in attendance with this forum. My newly released, my newly created journal, my manifestation journal, will be hot off the press in just a couple of days. And it's Manifestation Made Simple. And it's a journal specifically to be used to help to manifest, to gain clarity, and also some things that will be helpful while you're waiting for your desire, your dream to arrive. And this journal talks about manifestation. It talks about tools like affirmations and scriptings and what a journal does. And then the second part invites you to a 4-week manifestation odyssey where you can decide what you'd like to focus on for 4 weeks. And there are specific intentions and affirmations that you set. And then you're introduced to prompts and also the ability to script, whether you want to do freehand and write what you want as your desires, or there is a method called 369. So I'm not going to give away any more about that. I want to let you know that for individuals who get the ebook during the next 72 hours, you will be contacted with a special coupon code, and then you would have the special, absolutely amazing Black Friday pricing. So you'll be able to lock it in and you'll have that journal, which will be a PDF, and you can immediately begin your manifestation. It's important to have your focus. It's important to stay clear. It's important to release and trust the process and know that not every dream will be manifested I should not say easily, but quickly. And you will have to be able to wait. So the journal is that next key and step. I have had an amazing time, and I invite you to stand up and stand tall in your power as the author of your life, as the architect bringing in the building blocks, and know that you are the creator. Your words have power, your thoughts have power, your emotions have power. And if you're ready for an adventure, if you're ready for an odyssey, you can tap into the power, the magnetism of manifestation so that your thought becomes a dream, so that your thought becomes a thing and your dream becomes a reality. And you have the ability to say yes to your dreams. Be specific and set your intentions. Align energetically your thoughts, your emotions, and your words, and then yield. Don't offer any resistance. Trust the process. Trust that from the substance, your great good is on its way. Use the law of assumption. Act as if the law of correspondence, your outer world reflects here. Trust the process and you will receive it. From one manifestor to the other, stay magnetic, stay focused, and keep believing, and know that abundance is your birthright. I'm Dr. Angela Harden-Mack, super excited and honored and privileged to share this information with you in my safe formula. And I look forward to seeing the amazing, great things that you manifest. Until we meet the next time, we're manifesting great things. Thank you.
I'm Cherise Marie, and I'm grateful you joined us today as we explored the boundless potential within each of us to manifest a life rich in all dimensions. We love hearing your thoughts and stories, so don't hesitate to reach out and join our growing community of like-minded visionaries. Until next time, keep dreaming big and manifesting boldly. And remember, you have the power to create a world of infinite wealth and limitless opportunities. Together, let's continue paving this path to prosperity. Take care, stay inspired, and as always, dream on.